Okay, let's talk about a story that sounds super technical at first glance, but trust me, it's a fascinating case study in how cities actually try to fix problems without causing new ones. So, there's this $36 million project wrapping up in South Lake Tahoe on US50, right? Officially called the Safety Project, but what's really happening here is way more interesting than a bureaucratic title. Let me break this down. First, imagine driving, or biking, through this iconic mountain town at night. Before these upgrades, you've got dark stretches of road where most accidents happened after sunset. Makes sense. But here's what I find wild: they didn't just slap on random lights everywhere. They used data, actual collision reports, to pinpoint where to install lighting. Like, who thinks of that? Most cities just guess, but this is targeted. It's like saying, hey, we know exactly where people are getting hurt, so let's fix those spots first. Now, the pedestrian hybrid beacons. These things are not your average crosswalk lights. They stay dark until someone pushes the button, which is genius. Why? Because drivers get numb to flashing yellow lights that are always on. Think about it, if a beacon is blinking 24/7, you start ignoring it, right? But these PHBs only activate when needed. When they do, they follow this strict legal cycle: flashing yellow, solid yellow, full stop. It's basically forcing drivers to pay attention only when pedestrians are present. But here's my question: will people even understand how these work? California's putting out flyers to explain them, which tells me they are expecting confusion. That's a red flag. If a safety feature needs a manual, is it too complicated? What's also fascinating is the bigger picture here. This isn't just about Tahoe, it's part of a national shift toward what urban planners call Vision Zero. The idea is that no traffic death is acceptable. But implementing that's where it gets messy. Adding bike lanes and lights sounds simple, but you're balancing driver speed, pedestrian safety, and cyclist needs. And let's be real, $36 million is a lot. Is this the best use of funds? Or should they have focused on, say, public transit instead? There's always a trade-off. And here's a twist: the first beacon to activate is by a middle school. That's not random. Kids are vulnerable, both literally and politically. Politicians love grandstanding about school zones, but does that mean other high-risk areas are getting shortchanged? I'd want to see the data on where the most severe crashes happened versus where these beacons landed. But let's zoom out. What does this project say about how we design cities? For decades, roads were built for cars, period. Now we are retrofitting for bikes and pedestrians. It's like trying to upgrade an old house's wiring, possible, but you're working around old blueprints. Tahoe's approach feels like a compromise: keep the road wide enough for traffic, but carve out space for everyone else. Is this the future of American highways? Maybe. Or maybe this is just a stepping stone until self-driving cars solve everything, or make it worse. Who knows? So here's my takeaway: this project is a small, but meaningful experiment in how data, design, and community needs collide. But I'm curious, what do you think? If you live near Tahoe, have you noticed these changes? And if not, does your city prioritize pedestrian safety like this? Drop a comment. And if you found this analysis interesting, hit that like button. Because honestly, the way we move through spaces says everything about what we value. Thanks for watching.